We'll call the Tuesday, May 19th meeting of the Groton Select Board to order. It's 5 p.m. First order of business tonight is the review approval of our last meeting minute. That was May 5th, 2026. I need to read these right before the meetings because I look at it, I'm like, oh, I did read this, and I would have commented at the time, but sometimes I lose my chance. Okay, I think everything looked good on this. I can make a motion to approve.
Okay, I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All against? None. Abstain? None. Discussion? All right. All right, adjustments? Any adjustments to the agenda? Okay, yeah, wait. We can appoint the constable because he's not coming. I just saw him at Upper Valley Grill.
Oh, you did?
And he said he'd accept the appointment and he'll come pick up the letter. He said, don't even throw it in the mail, so.
Oh, all right.
So I'll make a motion to appoint Mike O'Brien, the town constable.
I'll second the motion.
And, I guess we should have a little bit of discussion.
Yeah,
You did
and
call.
I think I talked to,
Yeah.
I think both of you individually, but about the references that he provided. Had a nice chat with his boss, and everything seems fine. He's approachable. He isn't intimidated to have conversations with people he doesn't know, and he loves dogs, which is huge.
Yeah.
So I think everything was very positive. So
Yeah. I just had a great conversation with him down
Oh, great.
Upper Valley Grill, just in the blue. So, all right, all in favor of the appointment of Mike O'Brien as constable, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All against? No. None. Hearing none, 2-0. All right, Mike O'Brien, congratulations. You're the constable. So looks like Gunnar Nurm from the Vermont Department of Forest, Parks and Recreation just joined us. Gunnar, you sent us a proposal, a packet about the Hersey property.
Correct.
Parcel in Groton that looks like FPR is potentially acquiring.
Yep.
You want to give us some background?
Yeah, we have to. Do you have the packet I sent?
We do, yeah.
Yeah, so
Did it?
do you need some as well?
No, I have one.
I can take it out.
I think it picks it
Can you
up.
hear him?
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, my name is Gunnar Nurmi. I'm the land acquisition specialist with the Vermont Department of Forest, Parks and Recreation. As you said, here tonight to discuss a land conservation project we're working on here in Groton. We're looking to acquire 125 acres from Mark Hersey as an addition to Groton State Forest. The property is practically an inholding within Groton State Forest. It's bordered on 3 sides by the state forest, to the north, west, and the south. On the east, it's bordered by private land, but it's landlocked. There's no legal access to it. There's a vast snowmobile trail that travels through the property. The 302 snowmobile trail travels through for around 0.4 of a mile. And there's a junction with another trail up on the northern end of the property. That 302 snowmobile trail provides a really critical connection between snowmobile networks in central Vermont and the Northeast Kingdom. If you look at it on kind of the vast trail map, you see it's kind of really a connector piece between kind of larger regional trail networks. And it's unprotected on private land and passing through a large portion of the state forest. So that's one reason we're interested in the property, is to protect that section of the snowmobile trail and ensure that public access and snowmobile access to that portion of the trail isn't lost. Because if it was lost, there'd be significant benefits to the more regional snowmobile trail networks. And VAST is highly supportive of this project for that reason. Beyond the trail on the property, there's some other reasons we're interested in protecting it. It's identified as part of a high priority interior forest and connectivity block by Vermont Conservation Design, which is kind of the mapping of the lands most important to the ecological function of the state. It's also within the Worcester Range to Northeast Kingdom Wildlife Linkage, identified by the Staying Connected Initiative, which both of those kind of, its importance for wildlife and habitat connectivity, which is a value we're always seeking to protect. Kind of practically speaking, being essentially an inholding in the state forest, adding it to the state forest will consolidate boundaries, and prevent future encroachments or issues. Also, the trail through the property would provide us with management access, connecting with our field and surrounding blocks of the state forest, which would have a lot of management efficiency benefits for our land managers. The property also has a forested headwater stream, so by protecting that, we're protecting water quality and flood resilience downstream in Groton and other communities. And yeah, as part of Groton State Forest, the property, both the trail and the larger property would be open to the public for the trail, obviously for snowmobile use, but also the larger property for dispersed recreational activities such as hiking, hunting, cross-country skiing, wildlife viewing, all that sort of stuff you can do on state lands. And yeah, there's currently a camp out there, a hunting camp that Mark Hersey's father built some time ago. That would be taken down post-acquisition. So that's kind of a quick overview. Happy to answer any questions anyone has.
So thank you for the background there. I spoke to a few people around town who are just involved in the snowmobile club and snowmobiling and trails in general, and some folks were kind of surprised that that parcel is available, and they were kind of said, "Oh man, I wish it was the parcel on Lake Groton." There's a parcel on Lake Groton that apparently is like the missing link to a trail around the lake. So a lot of people I spoke with said you should see if they're looking at that parcel or any other parcels in Groton that could support like expanded trail use and things like that.
We're in the early stages of some discussions with that landowner. Not ready to come to you all yet as a big project, but that is on our radar. And hopefully sooner than later I'll be back to it.
Cool. Yeah, I took your letter and basically added language to be like, hey, we support additional, acquisition, and pretty much calling out that property probably. I haven't presented it to the select board yet, the letter that I wrote, because we learned a lot from our Floric grant in Groton, and like a lot of people now come to town and visiting our businesses because of recreational opportunities that our town can afford to offer. State parks open, just part of the year. It does provide all sorts of recreation year round, but just drawing people to the town part of town was a big thing that happened last summer, and we're going to continue to expand on that. And it's really our trail organizations and not so much the town, right? We're like facilitators here, and our trail organizations have been really active. So it's like Cross Vermont Trail Association and the Buckers Snowmobile Club. So just wanted to mention our sort of interest, or just in general, that our town supports their efforts to build out the trail system here, and that we appreciate your effort. And I think Dawn like to discuss.
I just have a question, just for clarification. I was reading a letter about the pilot program, and my question is, it says that the rate is set as of the time of acquisition, but does it adjust every year, or is it set and it stays at what it is the year of acquisition?
It adjusts not every year, so it'll start based off the property taxes in the year of acquisition. And then I think the way the statute is written is that every 3 to 5 years, the
Okay.
Secretary of the Agency of Natural Resources may adjust the pilot payments on a statewide basis.
Okay.
So it will be adjusted over time to reflect statewide trends, not specific to Groton,
Okay,
but it won't be stagnant.
okay. That's all because it wasn't clear to me whether it adjusted at all or if it was stuck at that. That was my question.
Doesn't
Okay,
adjust
thank you.
much. If you look at like the town reports, it doesn't go up too much.
Yeah, okay.
It's probably be pretty close to there for a while.
And so I guess he must be a non-resident, is that why it's the non-residential tax rate?
Yes, yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I have one question, not to be negative, but I thought a few years ago, or quite a few years ago, the select board voted that the state couldn't own more property in Groton. Just bringing it up, it's something I heard, I don't know if it's, I don't remember if it was ever changed.
I haven't seen a policy or rule that says that, but
I don't remember anything.
I guess you could look at.
I mean, as a taxpayer,
Yeah.
I mean, every parcel of land that goes to the state, yes, they pay
Yeah.
pilot, but it's not what the taxpayer would pay. So the taxpayers have to pick up the extra.
Surprisingly, it's pretty close, so I printed the tax
it?
bill,
It's
709.
in current use.
Yeah, he's got it in current use, so he pays $709. Pilot's gonna pay us $707.
It does take that off for like if someone wanted to buy that 100 acres or the 125 acres, say the person next door and built a house on it, right? That opportunity is now gone, right? And
Right. I mean, if you built $1 million house up there in the middle of it, what's the tax rate gonna be on that? I mean,
Isn't there no road access?
That's one thing I'd point out. There's no legal access to the property, so for this specific property, that's unlikely, but I absolutely hear your point and something to consider.
I thought you couldn't have landlocked property.
I don't think you can build on a landlocked property without establishing the legal access.
Or sell it, I think, too. I mean,
I
like
think-
you could probably do it, but you can't sell it to another
You can't. I don't know if you can.
landlocked.
I
Yeah,
know,
I mean, there's no road that goes to it.
like I'd be given, I think, a class 4 road to go to a parcel to issue a permit for it. I think I can't do it for a landlocked, I think. Or that has to go to like a zoning board.
Yeah, there's different rules for landlocked, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the line you kind of walk, right? Is you got a large landholder. You guys would continue to manage the property from a forestry standpoint?
Yeah.
Or to add it to your forest management plan?
Consistent with the rest of Groton State Forest. Yeah.
I mean, I can check into Harold's question, as far back as I can go.
I believe
When
it.
he says this, it kind of rings a bell to me, to be honest. But that's a pretty general statement.
Right, and
Yeah, it's like
I
what it
kind
said.
of wonder the enforceability of it
Yeah,
years and years later with a different
Right.
select board. I mean,
It has to have been a written policy that was adopted or
Yeah.
something.
It almost should be voted on by town voters that make a policy decision like that, legislative
Like-
decision.
the decision he's.
Yeah, that would be probably
Yeah,
legally should go to the voters.
so I don't know, I can look, but like, I hear the conversation, but in my policy and ordinance book, I don't recall seeing it, and I update it all the time, but, you know, there is.
Some old
Some
papers in
there.
there.
I mean, it may be null and void, but, you know, I just heard, I remember that.
and of course, this isn't the town participating in selling property to this.
No, but the town was losing tax.
No, I understand your point. I
Right,
just
it's his
said-
property to do what he
Yeah,
wants.
We're not-
You're just doing a letter of support on it.
Yeah,
You're not
like-
giving permission for Mark Hersey to sell it to the state.
Right, because it's not the
I'm
town's
assuming
call.
it's
I
like-
think it-
Is your process, you go to like a land board now and then you're saying, here's like this property and I have all this support, and then they decide whether or not, like, yeah, you're gonna buy it, or?
Yeah, so we have a thorough internal review process that we've gotten a couple of approvals through. We come to the town for support as part of our approval process. It helps us with applications for funding, but also it's a required step in our process. The governor doesn't ultimately approve any state land acquisitions without town support. And by statute, we have to come and at least have a discussion.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I support it for this parcel, and I support it for anywhere it really provides that recreational improvement personally. I think establishing ourselves, I feel like Groton is a well-visited place and a well-known place for recreation activities, and thankfully it's not as blown up as other places, but I think we can comfortably build out more trails without turning this place into a zoo.
Yeah.
Or I think you guys can, you know, I think like you'll see that like in our discussions on our town plan and things like that. It's sort of like Groton's in we're a bedroom community with this sort of recreational side to it that if we help grow it, it helps our businesses and helps like vitality of our village, things like that.
And this project is, obviously protecting the recreational resources, so
Yeah.
I'm sure that can continue.
Yeah. Yeah, and you did provide a letter of support from VAST. Saw that. I would make a motion to provide support from Groton, or a letter of support from Groton to acquire the state of Vermont to acquire the Hersey parcel. And
I'll second the motion.
any further discussion?
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Should we hold our approval until we?
Really doesn't matter, like Carrie pointed out, we're not buying it.
That's true.
It's just a letter of support.
Yeah. So I guess that's the discussion I had on it. So-
Well, and in my mind, again, because it's landlocked, and because people have been acting on the assumption based upon the current owner's ability to cross it, that could be impacted if someone else buys it, I would support the motion.
Yeah, I haven't made the Buckaroo's map last year. I definitely know that it's an important trail. I guess all in favor, say aye. Aye. Against? The ayes have it. Gunner, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And we'll get you, probably just email you a letter of support, drop one in the mail, so there's a hard copy too.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you all for your
Yeah.
time.
All right, so our next order of business is the local emergency management plan.
So that I emailed to everybody and only heard back from Harold and Brent.
What was I
Not
supposed
hear
to?
from the select board.
I read it.
Fire department.
I gave all sorts of great feedback about it last year. I just assumed we were in good hands.
That's the thing that you have to sign.
Was I supposed to sign it and send it back? I thought I would
No,
do
no,
that
no,
here.
no.
Oh,
So
okay.
now you're adopting it, so you're signing it after you adopt it. This is the final copy.
Oh yeah, and I'm the person who's taking this training too, right? That's why I was on this last year, because it certifies that you've taken this training. All right, so there's it looks like motion language here. So I hereby attest the municipality has adopted NIMS, which is the National Incident Management System, and the local emergency management plan at a warned public meeting, which is this. So I just make a motion that we adopt NIMS again?
No, that's already been adopted. You're just signing that, but you're adopting the whole plan.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, no, I looked at this, it looked fine. I just didn't know I was supposed to respond.
Well,
Do we make a motion or just sign?
no, make a motion to adopt the local emergency management plan.
Right.
Yep, I'll make a motion to adopt the local emergency management plan and sign it tonight for Carrie to send to emergency management.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The local emergency management plan now in effect.
Perfect. It's due by June 1st, so. Thank you.
All right.
And we already did. the
Yep, we already
constable.
appointed
Got it.
Mike Constable. Should have gotten Larry on the phone and called him.
I already added him in here.
Nice. Department updates. Harold, how we doing?
So I'm gonna bring the gates up the highway, cause that's all I got. So I got some prices on gates. So my plan is to do two 8-foot wide gates to make it 16 foot. So the groomer can get through it. And they don't need as much support holding the gate up, cause it's not so heavy.
Yeah.
So they're 170 bucks each for the gates. Then I got price for 2 12-footers I'm gonna put at the shop, they're $200 each.
Excuse me.
I got price for cedar post at $8 a piece. The only thing I didn't get prices on was the gate ahead signs.
They don't need to be like the. I got the like town standard ones, but smaller, so they didn't look like road signs. I think they're like $20 or $30.
I
But
think you can get them easy enough.
it's the rail bed, so you don't have to follow like your standards.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question about this whole situation? My only thought was like, fall foliage, the roads closed down, like, something like that, would gates be open for people who wanna go around? No.
If you look in the railhead ordinance, it's not a bypass. In an emergency, it's for emergency vehicles only. I can't cite it specifically, but
Yeah.
I don't read any of them, I was just curious more than
no.
anything.
And it's not a good, it's only a 1-lane road, it's a 1-lane path, it's not a road. You start getting too much traffic on it, and it's not gaining anything now with the lower section blocked, because they can't get to Rygate anyway.
Yeah.
So, we put the sign up 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
It's closed for an hour.
I was just curious, that was just an example, but if something else was happening in town or whatever,
Like
that
the
Walmart
flood?
truck that
The
was stuck
floods.
on Minard Hill that time, just random stuff like that, that's all I was thinking.
I mean, trust me, I grew up, that's where I learned how to drive. I mean, I hate the thought of it, but I'm also living the downfall of it.
Yeah, it's really too bad that it gets abused. You know, we got like that those hazardous jugs or whatever, the thumps, whatever that was.
Still needs to go.
It does.
Yeah.
We just missed the Corinth hazardous waste day, was like 2 days ago.
Well, I think
It's
it's,
supposed to be taken care of it.
yeah, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, every hour between 9 and 3, but you do need to make an appointment. Just so someone's there to actually take it.
Did I send you all the stuff from the waste management district about the prices going up?
If they send it to me.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was happy to see he sent all that stuff to you and you, the FPR guy. 'Cause I thought I sent it out on Friday and I never hit send. So.
What thing?
The packet he sent.
Oh, yeah, I just printed it today for you.
Thank you. Yeah, Scott, he sent it to you guys.
Yeah.
So you need we approved already getting the gates.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to, officially approve it. It's
Yeah.
gonna be over $1,000.
Yeah.
How many cedar posts, I missed that?
What's that?
How many posts, I missed that?
It'll be 10 posts.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the gates, the posts, and we'll figure out signs.
Hardware and-
I'll send you the link to the place I got the signs if we care to be consistent. If not, whatever. It doesn't.
Probably just call Work Safe over in Berlin and have make up 4 signs.
Yep.
They're pretty good over there.
And will you put reflective tape or anything on them? Like,
I'll put some reflective tape on it.
yeah, it's always good.
Gonna see if I had any old stop signs. Maybe put some stop signs on them too, just to.
I got that trailer tape. It's like a reflective tape that goes on a trailer.
The red and white, I got a couple rolls of it at the shop.
I don't know, I guess it's worked well, no one's crashed into the gate that I know of, yep.
Yeah, I was planning on putting some strips on it.
I'll
So,
second the motion.
all in favor of buying gates and having Harold get signs in the future, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Alright, 2 ayes.
And there'll be a place for people to walk and bike around?
Yeah, I'll make the bypasses for the bikes to get around.
I have a very, very detailed email from Cross Vermont Trail Association about how to build the bypasses. You'd like, I'll share it with you.
How to build them? What, they didn't like the one I built?
I didn't say that, I just said I got a very detailed email with details about how to, I like the one you built, but I don't know if they really did or not, because to me, I think what you built is fine. But they deal with the people that ride the strangest things, that email them and call them, so they've got like, you know, some ideas and thoughts. I'll send it to you, it's for your consideration.
Yeah.
Harold, like,
I'll read it.
and you know, the people over there will probably look at the bypass and say, oh gosh, we're gonna get a machine out here for a day, and they'll pat it down a little more so Harley Davidsons can go by like they do down here. I'll send it to you.
I'll get my bicycle out of storage and I'll ride it, see if I can ride around it. If I can get around it, everybody should be able to get around it.
It's someone out in Boulder Beach, I think, or lives on Boulder Beach Road that rides like a 3-wheel, maybe. I had her before, I can't remember her name.
Oh, Barb.
Xander?
Yeah.
She's one that calls and talks to Cross Vermont Trail about how great the bypasses are. So I'll get you the email. Do what you want with it. That I think the great gates are an unfortunate, you know, means to reduce what we're looking at. Sucks. But anything else?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Next up, let's hear from Treasurer.
The first round of invoices came out, you saw them in the folder to reimburse to Rural Edge for the library capital improvement grant, so that is the first step. We got the money and now we're sending it to Rural Edge. The town auditors were here, I think it must be 2 weeks ago now, to do their field work. So they spent the day with us and all moving forward like normal. I'm still waiting to see the Ricker boys for their contracts, so I don't know, I know Larry was the one that informed them, so they need to come in and provide their information and sign.
Ken was at Upper Valley Grill and I was on my way here to meet
Oh.
those guys today. And I was like,
Yeah.
I should just stop and talk to them, but
Yeah.
it would have been too late.
Well, you see 'em. So the employee policy update that I know I spoke to everybody about one-on-one about, starting, earned paid leave differently for a brand new employee. So I did, put some wording into just to update this page, so if you wanted to look at it, and then if you guys are in agreement, then we could put it on the agenda for next time to adopt.
Okay.
But I think it's a good way to do this for an employee.
Yeah, I'll think about it and look
Okay.
it over.
Sure.
That's okay.
Just let me know, or Harley know, to put it on the agenda
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah, I remember you talking to me about this, and I wanted to see what like my
Sure.
new job, like
Sure.
my municipal job does.
Delta Dental is our dental insurance, and we always, their year, or our year always was July 1st when it renews, so it's kind of iffy if we know the rates when we're doing budget. So there is an option to change it to calendar year, so, that wouldn't change until November or whatever she said, but I think we should change it to calendar year, everything else is, and I think it would make sense,
Yeah,
to do that.
I have no problem with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think a motion's needed.
No, I don't think so, I just
No,
wanted
it
to
sounds
tell
like a
you.
good idea.
Yeah, yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, we paid the audit invoice, right, or you just
Yeah,
had that?
just
Yeah.
one, that was the beginning one, yeah.
Thought I saw that. All right, Carrie.
I have the, not today, but we'll have the dog warrant, so it's kind of with our schedule of meetings, it's gonna be a little screwy, but as of June 1st, the dog warrant would go to you guys, so that will wait probably to the June 16th meeting. And then we'll give it to you, we'll give it to Mike O'Brien, and then he can start reaching out to people. So in between now and then, I will send everyone on the list a late notice, and maybe we'll get a few more in before he has to, before the warrant's final. So that's where we stand with that. And Mike came in earlier today and we went over the zoning procedures, you know, now that he's the new zoning administrator. So I think we got that down pretty good. Moving forward for Mike to know what needs to be done, and we're on the same page of how we're gonna deal with him being new to the whole job. But, so that's good. Makes me feel better now that we're
Permits coming in.
getting into the busy season of it. And then I just wanted to talk about record requests. So, you know, public record requests. I had someone who emailed me last week, Thursday, and I responded to her and gave her the PDF of what she wanted Monday morning. And then this morning I got in and she had a not super nice email to me about, she clicked on the link and this is what she got, and she doesn't want to have to jump through hoops to get the information that she wants and wants me to just send it to her. So two things. She clicked on a link in my signature that goes to land records. It had nothing to do with what she wanted or anything I sent her. It's just on my signature. I had attached a PDF, so I told her, open the PDF. It's exactly what you wanted. No hoops. Here it is. And I reminded her that, and I'm reminding everybody, the law is not for me to email you anything. The law is for you to come in
Right.
and me to have it here for you to look at. So everything else is a courtesy that happens. So you can come in and look at this and then ask for a copy, and we can make you a copy and you pay for a copy.
Right.
But me nicely finding what you want and emailing it to you is above and beyond.
Right.
And that's just my reminder to the public that that's what we nicely do, and then to be turned around and yelled at because someone,
Didn't know how to open a PDF. Or
Right.
didn't know how to open an attachment.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's just my,
Did you hear anything further after you?
no.
Okay.
So I
Yeah. You
thinking
should
of maybe
see.
an apology or something, and I might not have said anything tonight, but, so I thought to myself, I'm just gonna bring it to the attention of everybody that, you know, we're not to jump through hoops finding anything and making up a new, I mean, I didn't have to make up a new thing, but that's the other thing that's awkward to people, like, if we don't already have it in a form,
Right.
we don't have to put together a report for you
Right.
from other information. It's literally come in and look at something. If you want a copy, we'll make one and you pay for it.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's pretty standard. Yeah. But it's one of the facts of the freedom of information.
I think people just get used to us being nice and emailing you everything, which is fine, because, you know, most of the time it's not a big deal, but, you know, it would have been nice to just had her say, I had trouble opening it or whatever,
Can you walk me through the process?
you know.
Well, that's asking a lot.
This doesn't relate to that, it kind of relates to the dog stuff.
Okay.
The email with the person that was talking about the neighbor's treatment of the dog, would that now go to Mike?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I figured.
So my only option was to just do
Right.
my part and forward it to you guys.
Right, okay.
That person knows the.
But now, yeah.
With us.
So that'd probably be the first thing I talk to Mike about, will
Okay.
be to check in with that. That's all I have, all normal stuff happening.
Well, thanks for dealing with unkind people. I hope that person has a better day the next time they interact with the town clerk. Thank you. We did have a note from Dorothy, so from the assessor office, with that they hope to file the grand list abstract, or the abstract of the grand list, May 28th, 2026. And Dorothy is at the Capital Fire Mutual Aid meeting tonight. Thank you,
Yep,
Dorothy.
so that's all good. That's good.
Yeah,
Good timeline, so
absolutely.
they're doing good.
Zoning. So yeah, I met with Carrie today, zoning administrator. Got the process down, written down. Do I have it down pat? Probably not. But so far so good. 2 easy zoning permits. Then there's a property that was listed for sale on Branch Brook Road that has a camp on it that was built sometime between 2022 and now. And so the interesting thing is communicating with people. As you guys know, voicemails don't work with me. I hardly ever get through to me. And so my preferred communication to people is that. And I'm noticing now that they don't call back either, especially if they sound about my age for some reason. So I guess it's just you text them, call. It's like everything. I feel weird texting someone, hi, I'm the zoning administrator.
Now, how are you finding email? Because I think on the form is email address too.
Well, the one where it's just the guy selling the property.
yeah, that one.
His agent is my neighbor's agent that sold him their house. So I was like, what's his number? And got his number, called him.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we're used to that type of stuff, whatever. That's what we do at the state too. I mean, unless we have access to some good software to get in there. So I have no email address for him, so it's like texts and his phone goes right to voicemail. But it's only day 2, so one of them took like a week and a half. Anyway, so it's going well. Health officer, I've had like 1 call, but then it was resolved. Or no, was it a call? No, because it was the dog call, right? That doesn't count. That wasn't a dog. I did go down there just to see if the dogs were out.
It's a place that Dan frequented often.
Yeah, that was Friday night. But I don't know on that. I did go to the planning board meeting or planning commission meeting last night as the zoning administrator. My first attendance as zoning administrator, and I was more select board. Had my select board hat on most of the time. And they had a really good meeting. It was good to see the board, that commission is chugging along and putting together, it sounds like a pretty good master plan.
That's great.
Yeah, so that was good. They do meet in the hub space. It's interesting. I didn't really like it, but it's just me. Anyway.
They had some equipment that helped
Yeah, there's a
them.
TV screen and then lots of wires and lots of things that seem to be disconnected. And, I think it's gonna be the NEK person,
Allison.
Allison,
probably.
yeah, it's gonna be her office, so they're kind of setting up like an office on the side too. But good to see progress in there. Last time I was in there, it was just one of these tables and 1 rolling chair, so.
Well, it probably allows them too to have people participate, through Zoom or whatever, tool they're using better than what we were able to do.
Yeah, they hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's looks, for that purpose, it's good. And they were like, oh, we should get a TV in here. And I was like, yeah, some point, maybe. But anyway, I think that's all I got from
Good.
Firefest.
No, the biggest thing I had was, the electrician
Yeah.
was trying to get in and needed the trucks out. And they've moved out today,
Yeah.
but,
They're out getting washed now.
yeah. So, that's it.
Grants, I could talk about the fire station. And here, we met with, I always find it like, when you meet the person who's estimating a project, and this happens in all fields, and Harold knows this, the estimator's like, yeah, we can do this, this, and that, and then the guy installing it's like, what the hell is this guy talking about? So, I was worried about that a little bit with the pellet boilers. they had the guy come, the technician came last week and with another guy too, right? So there's three of them. They came last week, called me and asked if I would come in and meet with them, and I asked them if it was about the ledge. They wouldn't say, but I was curious what the story was when we came in, met today. And while they liked the idea of the central heating plant, and you know, we talked a little bit about how much of a pain it was to banging at that and not really getting far. After walking around, discussing that room, the size of that room, and what could fit in there and how we can sort of configure things, and then overall having it run across would be like a large chunk of the project. And so the discussion sort of went to, they have these like nano boilers that could be one nano boiler in there and then a boiler here, also a pellet boiler. And then the question here would be, do we want tandem? Do we want two of them or just one? There's redundancy in two. We have redundancy. Someone told me that we had one originally and a second one was installed, but I don't remember who and
I
when.
think that was right. I think there must have been a need to have the second one. It was a long time ago.
It was, yeah, someone
Yeah.
told me it's like a couple years after it was installed, which on the report we have says 88 that was installed. They said it might have not have been enough, just the one boiler.
Yeah, right.
So they have the second one. So I think they're reworking their estimates. Should be somewhere around the same ballpark. I think the whole thing is still, everything is the same. Modines would go in over there to dry the trucks from above. Same thing, same concept. But they're thinking that the ash bin discussion about over there was interesting because, we brought that up as an issue. They don't have full-time staff. They don't have fire. They're not there a lot. Just having someone empty the bin. Well, we talked about sort of how they operate their heating system, and their estimate was probably twice a year. They'd have to empty their ash bin over there. So the frequency would be a lot less than this building, which has constant access, constant use of the gym, and so they're working up an estimate now, and I should be hearing from them shortly. But we did just decide after reviewing the plans we looked at for Ruggles and of what was built here, just realized that it's gonna be a long time of just banging away at the parking lot. And we looked at trying to get it to go from the shortest place right under the door here basically over, and it's just still didn't make sense based on where the utilities tie in, and plowing is just you're gonna end up with a lip that's just gonna get pecked away at, and it's not gonna look great. They thought the same thing. The two people that hadn't been here before came in. They said, "Why would they want to tear up this beautiful parking lot?" So we are sort of like waiting to get sort of the refined dollar amount.
And they felt the fire department's boiler room can handle their whatever needs to get put in there.
It's quite large, actually. The only issue they had with the boiler room is that the diesel storage tank that's in there not to whatever code now, having a diesel connects to a combustible, like a gas combusting furnace. But a fire bin would solve that. And so everything they've discussed would be, so a couple other things. This door would be taken off and put back on to get the boiler down.
Yeah, he said that last
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
The pellet, nothing changed as far as layout here, except that I think with one boiler and maybe with two, everything will fit just in one room, as opposed to going into where the tanks are now. So we'd end up with a little more, nothing great, but some space down there.
Yeah.
So nothing really changed layout, everything working in here. Over there, they would need their own hopper, so that's the thing that holds the pellets outside. They liked a couple of spots that I didn't like personally, just because of I didn't want anything to have to get moved. And or any sort of accommodations that have to be made that didn't make any sort of sense. Like with the diesel tank discussion, we thought about taking one of those tanks, actually both probably could pass, would pass inspection. It's just the way they're manifolded right now that's not standard in this room. But the tank itself could be repurposed and used as an outdoor tank, and the generator run on, either put an additive or run on kerosene but I think that box thing works. But they were looking at where the generator was as a covered place, but there's some other type of covered hopper that the way we sort of settled on where it would go is like you could still plow the snow off the end in a straight line, and this thing would be like sort of off on the left, sort of between the next to the trailer, but behind the generator. The way it's like a grassy area back there. I
So
think
should you talk with the fire department and let them know this is happening?
I have to do that. Yeah, no, I have not. This is a change, right? Because we talked to them about just having it connected with the wire or the thing.
Yeah, I don't know if, what you've told them, but I mean, I don't think we've, that I know of, heard back from them about any concerns of it.
Well, this is different, so I'll have to go back to them and just say, hey, we've looked
Yeah.
at this over, and it's not going to be just the water line run over with a thermostat. It's going to be, we're using the boiler room back there,
Yeah.
or a boiler, and they'll have hot. I think they're going to have hot water off of it too, just right off of it.
So let me make sure I understand what they're now looking at. It would be contained over there as a separate thing, so you wouldn't have to tear up the parking lot?
Yeah, so it's like a traditional,
Okay, all right.
traditional sort of.
Okay,
Yeah, if this timing of that was before the parking lot, it would have been, or when the parking lot
Right.
was happening, it would have been.
okay.
Or if we knew we were doing it, could have put a line in or something.
Yeah, okay.
We didn't. So we're back with the drawing boards.
Okay.
This is the update. Their contract, or we don't have a contract with them, but our agreement with them is called the design build. So whereas like they can adjust the design as their.
Now, what about MERP and the grant people?
I have to talk to them. They got really nervous about that missent report that didn't include, that said we hadn't spent any money. They didn't. The MERP people didn't. Like the state didn't, but NVDA did.
Yeah.
Snippety with me. Don't worry about it. We got this. No, the MERP people seemed really just happy things were moving forward, and it sounds like other towns are really having a hard time even just getting contractors.
Huh.
Yeah. So we're like, even despite where we're at and like a mishap with the report, we're like a banner community as far as getting this stuff, like a contractor that wants to do the work. So,
Okay.
That's good.
yeah.
That's good.
So yeah, somewhat coming together. I'll have an update, I guess, at our next meeting, and anything in between, I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
If the dollar amount on the, so we signed and we haven't done a contract yet.
Right.
We had a motion to accept their estimate. Their estimate was 182 or 188,000, somewhere around that. And between now and the next meeting, if an estimate comes in, do we want to call an emergency meeting to amend our approval, or do we want to like maybe even just set like if it's within 10%?
Well, I mean, if it's
Or
not
something.
over it, I would.
I mean, or it's within the MERP budget.
I would say within the MERP budget.
Yeah. So this way we don't have to have a meeting, because I mean, we have a lot of funding there for that project, and so far everything that's come up is just things to facilitate doing
Yeah.
it. So, all right. So I think I'll just make a motion that I'll notify you all of what the estimate is, and when it does come in, just for awareness, and then I'll pull what our MERP number is. It's way higher than the estimate will be, like way higher.
Yeah.
And this way, you just for everyone's records, you have an idea of what we agreed to. Because Lisa's going to need to know the dollar amount for contracts. They're going to send a contract over, and all that fun stuff after this whole process of going through everything today and figuring out what was needed. So.
Well, the previous motion wasn't approving a specific contract. It was, because that hadn't been drawn up yet, it was approving
It was awarding
the
the
dollar amount
project,
to that
basically.
outfit, right?
Yeah, and it was like awarding the project to them,
Okay.
basically. So
Well,
the
to
work.
me, that seems like that.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure, like, if it was town money, I know, like, if they come back and it's $240,000 or something crazy and this town money, like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
wanna make, like, that's an emergency meeting. Not to say that state money is much different, but it kinda is,
Yeah.
which is such.
Well, if when you get it, you have some belief that it's necessary, then I think we do a special meeting, but if it's
Yeah.
ballpark of what was already approved, it seems to me like you don't have to go through it again.
It's gonna probably be a little higher, but like maybe 10, 15,000, you know, and they'll make me aware. They made me aware of that today, but there were a couple of things that already, when we met today, if it was gonna be connected, was gonna cost an extra 15,000 because of
Right.
their antifreeze and a couple
Right.
other things they were
That can-
talking about.
Yeah, that
That-
makes sense.
So just letting you know, I guess, and if things are wacky, I'll let you guys know, but otherwise, just approve. I have no other grant updates, other than that USDA one's kind of just, I'm on emails and they're doing something and, you know.
They are?
Yeah, they've now found another place on the property to enter the stream and no question about the other one, or the first one.
Okay.
I try not to insert myself because I'm usually like, they start to invite me to meetings. I'm like, no. Just get the machines in the river and start digging, please.
And they will get the machines in the river?
Yeah, they do everything.
Really?
They have like
Okay.
detailed engineering drawings that show like how deep the river was in 2016 based on satellite images, and then they're gonna go and survey everything, and then go and dig, and then survey again and make sure it's at the same level that it was in 2016 or 17 or something. And it's all engineered, big plans, and yeah.
Who's doing the work?
Right now, they're in the Act 250 process, and it seems like USDA does it. It's not. I asked them at the very beginning. I'm like, all right, we were awarded this. Like, so do I now put this like out to bid? And they're like, oh no, we do everything. And I was like, oh, all right. Like, I'd much rather that because I had no idea what I was doing. You know.
And it all will be within the $50,000 grant?
She told me like what we put in is what we would, that would be it. I think her program has like additional funding from projects that fell apart too. So I think like I think when we were looking at the property upstream, she had funding as long as we matched it. So if they were interested in the grant as well, they had funding, but we would have to match. So if it was another 50 grand, we'd have to match another 10, 12 or whatever we did on that one. So I told her, not interested.
Yeah.
This process has already been annoying enough. We're not adding more properties to make it more complex, even though it does make sense, but not money-wise.
Oh. Okay.
So that is going along. I don't have any time frames, but I know they're in discussions. That's all I got.
Motion to adjourn?
Sure,
Well-
any other? No?
I'd just like to comment how nice the banners look on 302 down Main Street. It's fantastic. It's nice.
Appreciate it. I'd like to comment that I shared the last 5 minutes of the last meeting you were here for with the pictures with a lot of people. I work in New Hampshire, a lot of people there. I was surprised. The feedback about our meeting room was funny because I wasn't expecting it. I thought they'd really like the pictures. I thought it looked great. But the people were like, you guys have the cutest meeting room. I'm like, it's a freaking kitchen.
Amphibian thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So people were like, oh, the pictures are great. And then they're like, but your meeting room's so cute. I literally was like, who looks at this room and thinks cute? Like, so I just thought that was funny. I thought that looked great. And thank you. And I'll accept your motion to adjourn.
Okay.